Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching You. This is episode 5 of the final season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. Technically this could be classed as a mid-season finale, couldn't it? Because we do have to wait until the new episodes are released later on in March. So very interesting that they've decided to do it this way. Hopefully they end it on you know, pretty good cliffhanger, and it's very entertaining, obviously, because if we're waiting, we want him to come back and see what is going on. So last episode they kind of went to a country clubhouse, didn't they? You know, Joe ended episode 3 with the police standing there like they was going to, you know, kind of arrest him, when technically when we started episode 4, basically they were saying they was here to congratulate him on giving the evidence for, you know, for Blue, and it turned out that his information was good and it matched, and he went and spoken to her, and they're looking into further leads, and do you know what I mean, like Joe's not really a suspect right now. And then Phoebe's come over, she's invited him to like this big country club or whatever, saying that, you know, he must come, everybody wants him there, and you know, he's gone. Now the interesting thing is, you know, last time we seen, he was texting the anonymous person, and they said they actually wanted to meet up in real life, but when we got to this place there was no cell service, he couldn't be in contact with anybody, and a note was slipped under his door: meet me this place. So he's gone to stake it out, see what's going on, and Phoebe's dragged him in, started making out. She was going to sleep with him, but Joe's ended up turning around and saying, look mate, he knows that she's with Adam, you know, he really likes her, he loves her, and she's got a bit confused. She was like, yo, I don't know what I was doing, you know, I'm seems to be like everybody wants me, but when they have me, then people start not really paying attention. And then Joe turned it around and was obviously explaining like how much he's been telling Joe, you know, she's his world, and you know, technically he did ask Joe that he was thinking about proposing as well, so he brought around, she was feeling good, and then obviously we got on with the day. Now Gemma, she's been an arsehole all episode, wasn't she? She was just saying things and being annoying and taking the mick really out of all the poor people and the people who are working at this location. And we also learned that Kate, her family is super wealthy. She's more wealthy than pretty much every single one of them, but she tries to act normal, which is good, you know. Maybe kind of like Kate more. She's got access to all this wealth and all these billions, but she doesn't want none of it because her father is like a corrupt person, you know what I mean? He conceals evidence. She was saying that he falsified reports about something which then led to loads of children getting cancer and dying, and then his company made like 400 million. She said she don't want to be part of any of that, and that's the reason why she's cut all ties. So again, I thought it was interesting. We also learned that Roald, he kind of really is in love with Kate. He's wanted it ever since he was been young, and obviously he's seen now Joe is like a threat. Now Joe's gone into his apartment, he's gone looking around snooping, he's seen that he's got pictures of Kate on his camera. He's also trying to find evidence that he is you know, he's the person that's texting him. He believes it before Roald come in, started arguing, fighting, before pushing Joe out of a window. Very interesting. Now Joel's hit the ground, he's hit the floor, he's got up and he's hobbling off before he heard some screams. He's panicking, he's thinking it's Kate. He's ran all the way upstairs, and guess what mate, he's found Kate on the floor with a knife in her hand with Gemma dead right there. So that's exciting. I don't actually think it is Kate. I think it's a setup, and somebody's been watching him and waiting for this perfect moment. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Joe obviously reacts, because if he acts all professional like he's done this before, it might raise suspicions. If not, do you know what I mean, they might be questioning you know, his motives and what his actual intentions are. So very, very good. Can't wait to find out what is in store for us. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
I've been here before. Can the sight of a corpse really still upset you? Or is this fun?
Can't have anyone else walk in. What's she doing in my room? What, did she just wander in here drunk and then just get herself... You don't think I did the time of training and being the one person who doesn't fall to pieces in an emergency, and no.
Why are you so worried about other people coming in? Why aren't you calling for help?
Because that would involve security. They are my father's. Jonathan, I told you what kind of man he is. He would own me, and that is worse than...
It's not worse, though, is it? She's dead right there. Someone's going to get the blame, if not.
Okay, I think I have an idea.
You do?
Yeah, I work well under pressure. We have to see it through.
As in, I don't seize the first opportune moment I have to turn around and pin it on you.
Would you just believe that right there?
And once I confirm it's really you, I can do what needs to be done.
Thing is, if Joe finds out it's Kate, he's killing Kate in there. Let's be honest. That's what he's thinking in his head. You know what I mean? So he's playing along with it. But she just said, mate, if my dad found out that Gemma had died here, he'd own me for the rest. Mate, somebody's just literally been killed, murdered right there in your room and tried to set you up as the murderer. You know what I mean? I think you've got bigger problems than your dad thinking that he's going to own you and protect you for the rest of your life. you've got a killer there and somebody's trying to frame you, you should be looking into why that's happening.
Jonathan Moore since dinner.
He was going up to his room. He seemed a bit wobbly.
Do let me know if and when he emerges.
Toss the dagger in too. Yeah, good thinking.
Your entire performance is BAFTA worthy.
We hide her while we figure it out. We grab cleaning supplies and we put this room back together before anybody sees.
Kate? Kate? Jonathan.
I caught Adam with a servant. They were talking, but I can't shake the energy between them. Maybe we could talk about this
He's
later.
not gonna care if they're shagging.
Sorry, Adam, but we need her out.
I think there might be some things that he's embarrassed to tell you about.
A kink.
Bingo, thank you. Please go now.
Phoebes, I adore you, but you need to leave so that Jonathan and I can fuck.
Yeah, of course. I'm off to find my other half and spank his little body.
Where are they getting off of that? Mate, they can't launch out the window, man.
Rolled.
How are you this good at hiding bodies? Who are you? Really? Is your plan to kill me too after manipulating me into hiding her body?
Found you with Gemma, I knew either you killed her or someone is trying to frame you.
Why would anyone?
Because the same thing happened to me. And I found Malcolm on my table, so I took care of it. Please don't make me relive the details. I've been trying to forget them ever since. They figured out I have a past. I was married once, and I stuck it out with her for too long. But in the end, I had to run away, and it cost me my son. This killer won't let me go, so I thought if I could stay close enough to you and your friends that maybe I could keep more people from getting hurt.
So you were trying to protect me?
And if you're not her, Roald is one clever little motherfucker.
Oh, yo, that was interesting from Joe, though. Lay it all out on the line, didn't he? Literally, put it out there. Could have gone bad. It's interesting because Kate, you know, we've planted this seed where she has no emotions. That's what we've... A couple of times we've used it, and like, so you can't really tell. She could be the killer, or she couldn't be. You would never know. And do you know what I mean? She's not upset that her friends died because she's built up this because of the story from her past. You know what I mean? And the way, obviously, Malcolm's gone, she loved him, but then he's dead, and she's not reacting the way you'd expect it as well because of this wall that she's got. So it's really interesting. Joel's gone for it. He's hoped that maybe he said that to hope that he could get a confession. But in reality, it just sticks back to what he's been saying to her. You know, he has been trying to protect her. The first time they slept with each other, he didn't leave her side because he was actually trying to protect her. Now, the interesting thing is, the killer is got to be here, and it's got to be one of them. And that's why I was saying it could be Reese or Nadia, but none of them are here, so then it wouldn't make sense if it was one of them, would it? Do you know what I mean? And I wonder if she's going to confront him about his kink and he might just propose instead. You know what I mean?
One time playing...
I know you're hiding a kink. Jonathan told me.
Jonathan, how would he
No,
even
don't be
know?
annoyed. Shall I peg you?
Sure.
That's not it, is it? Gone showers? May I ask why this appeals?
I don't know.
Yeah, I like Phoebe, you know.
Goes on or off?
It's up to you, darling. Wait. Can you call me sir?
May I wee on you, sir?
Forceful about it, too?
Pressure.
Wait, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Open your eyes and look at me.
Phoebe, this doesn't really work with you. It's about the person being beneath me.
You think you're beneath me? And the deepest part of you is telling us exactly what we need to know. We aren't equals in this relationship. It's over.
That proper escalated rapidly, didn't it? But, you know, Phoebe's trying to just read the situation.
How does fucking me play into your little secret protector narrative?
That wasn't part of the plan.
My bracelet. It must have slipped off. What if it's in the larder? It's got my name engraved on it.
I'll go back to the larder.
Fine, hurry, but don't get caught.
She's going to be in there, Phoebe, sad and upset.
I need to kill a little snitch-ass spy named Jonathan Moore.
You know he's fucking Kate right now.
Wounded.
So where are the other degenerates?
Gemma is in the game larder.
Temporarily.
That feels karmic, almost. We should go down and warn everyone.
Phoebes, listen. We will handle this because we will do it properly.
I don't understand why we aren't bringing your father's security in. Look, your dad needn't hear how Gemma's not in your room now. She's just missing. And we're simply all concerned.
Do you know, for a moment, I really believed it was Jonathan.
I'm so glad you were wrong.
Oh, the guy's listening. He's got it. Fucking hell, man. It's pretty good now. It's getting out there. Now, the thing is, you know, John I'm calling him John now, Jonathan. Joe has never killed Phoebe. I mean, Gemma. So, like, if they come to this location, you know, they would find out he's not done it. But the thing is, again, it's the concealing of the body that they would get done for, and then it'd be the digging into his further background where you would find, you know, information. But the more the episodes play on, the more I think it's Phoebe, because she's too nice and she's too upbeat. And I don't know, man. It could be, do you know what, like, being nice can also be, you know, it can also be a target in my personal opinion, because it's like, I can't explain it. But from my point of view, you know, I'd be panicking, me. Like, I actually would be. I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, she's second tier friend, thank God, you know. Like, I would still be scared that there's a killer here in the place. She was thinking objectively and speaking, but I like her. But it's also raising suspicions to me. I'm thinking that maybe it could be a twist and it could be her. Why is he up there, though, when he heard Joel was downstairs?
Stand up, Jonathan.
Caught you. They're all on a lot of drugs after pulling an all-nighter. This could go in a number of ways that aren't great for me.
He shows up and our friends start dying. Jonathan saves Kate from a mugging. He ingratiates himself to Malcolm, who invites him into our circle. And the minute Jonathan's alone with him, he murders our dear friend in cold blood. After Simon's show, all of us were at the party. Except for who? Well, think about what she said at dinner. She'd put it all together. The murders started when he came.
This is ridiculous. Why would I want to kill any of them?
Would you care to see what I found in his pockets? We may not be judge, jury, and executioner anymore, but my uncle is a judge. He'll make sure I get away with it.
If Kate can corroborate, she found Gemma's body in her room.
We always give the foxes a chance in the hunt. Would you like a head start?
Love him to just take the gun off him and flip it.
At least let Phoebe vouch
Get
for
her name out of your mouth.
Here I come, Jonathan!
As I explained, we've all had a long, sleepless night. I didn't wake up, darling. You drunk or?
Sure, annihilated. But also Jonathan attacked him.
Roald took a gun out there to kill him.
Did any part of you think that maybe you should step in?
No.
Surely it's been frustrating being in our company. A constant reminder of what you are.
Oh, here we go. Who is it? It's fucking Reese. Knew it. What we saying? Can I take credit for it or not? I don't know, you know, I'm stuck. Because my two main contenders has always been Reese or Nadia. It has. Like, I know we flick through up and down names, but when we get to the end of the episode and we conclude our list, I'm always falling on Reese and Nadia. And even said at the start of the episode here, you know, Reese and Nadia, I kind of thought it was them, but like, they're not here at this location and the killer is, so like, should we write them off? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then obviously, like I was saying a little bit before, she's too nice, Phoebe. So she kind of raised my suspicion. But it falls back on somebody that I was saying literally in episode, I think from like episode 2 I've been saying it was him. And you know what, I'm going to take that as a small win, to be honest, because it's not like I picked every man under the sun. I've gone through a few names here and there, and at the end of each episode I've still settled that he was one of the main suspects.
The fuck? Where the hell?
Must be wondering where you are. If you research the Boral Blacksworth, you'll find family members who disappeared, children who, well, they didn't fit the decor. Quite possible Lady Phoebe doesn't even know it exists. I wasn't prepared for this type of face-to-face shit. Then you got yourself into a bind, and it became very clear that if I didn't intervene, you were going to get yourself killed. He's well asleep, and he's our plan, mate. We're going to pin all the murders on him. The best option that doesn't rely on luck involves framing a dead person so they can't protest their innocence. One less spoiled, violent little shit on this earth.
You have me all wrong, but the only path I see out of this is to make you believe I'm in.
Thank you for intervening.
Strangle him, bash him over the head, smother him.
I'm sorry, are you not gonna let me out?
I'm not stupid. Done by the time I get back.
I just have to escape a dungeon to save this deadweight asshole before the psycho gets back.
I'm going out there.
You're just walking out into the arms of the killer.
With the utmost respect, Sophie, piss the fuck off.
I can see it in your face. I should have known when you texted me about killing Vic. You were coming on far too strong. Clearly, you're not the man I hoped you were. I did have a plan A before I knew who you were.
Plan B is to take you out.
For Malcolm's murder. Clever enough to get yourself free. I'll see you back in London and we can revisit these.
Technically, Roald should die then, because the fire's going to spread and Joel's going to be struggling like hell to get himself free. And the fact is, yeah, that's going to take a lot of time. And when he does get himself free, how's Roald going to get himself free? He can't take that time. Do you know what I mean? Like this, realistically, there wouldn't be enough time to spend pulling against the chains on the wall, and they're going to be heating up and burning as well. Do you know what I mean? By the time you get yourself free and you got to go over there and then do it to him, it should be too late. It should be, but it's a TV show. When you see it in films and programs, that it seems to always be that added little bit of time that you can get before you can obviously start freeing him. But again, do you know what I mean? Plan A was to take Joe out the first time, frame him. Then he figured out who Joe was, and he was like, you know what, we'll go with Plan B. But if Joe's not going to go with it, he'll go back to Plan A. But the thing is, how many people does Reese want to actually take out?
What happened? It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're all right. I don't want to lose you ever.
Does anyone else smell smoke?
Wake everyone. Wake up. We need to get out now.
What the fuck have you done to me? How did we get in here? Now is not the time for questions, Roll.
Oh, he's done it.
Oh, thank God, not me.
After everything, I'm not letting you kill me with this smarmy prick.
Drive on! You idiot!
Things took a turn since I saw you last.
Imagine paying to set that big castle on fire. So Roald's obviously got to be settling now that Joel's not the killer. Well, to be honest, everybody's got to be settling that Joel's not the killer. But questions, yeah, do need to be raised. Police need to be heard. They need to say who killed Gemma. Do you know what I mean? Now, Joel knows it. There's no evidence, though. There's literally zero evidence against it. And the fact is, Joel can't expose him either, because he can expose Joel for everything that he's done. So he has to stay silent. He has to just play dumb. He has no idea what's going on. We was attacked, kidnapped. There's someone out there, and Joel has to go after Reese himself and kill him. That's what he has to do. That's the only way Joel can get out of it. The fact is, Reese has got loads of information on him. Do you know what I mean? Knows his backstory. He can expose Joel just like that. So now it's going to be interesting moving forward. The fact is, everybody around there, Phoebe, Kate, and Roald now should know that Joel's actually not done it. He was chained up as well, do you know what I mean? But the police have got to be here, and they've got to say who's burnt it down, who's killed Gemma, do you know what I mean? And keep digging into it, because if you think about it, you've had Gemma, you've had the guard, you've had Malcolm, and you've had Simon. It's 4 deaths in 5 episodes. So yeah, do you know what I mean? There is suspicion.
Barely got a half-assed apology from the group. There's not much to say after you extrajudicially sentence an innocent man to death. But I haven't heard a peep from you since you said, see you back in London.
Since your things burnt up, I figured you could use some new clothes. They're just things Malcolm never even took the tag off of. Walk with me to the pub. Wouldn't hate the company.
But this is more than a beer. It's dangerous for her to know anymore.
I wish I could.
It's a pint.
I think we both know it's not.
Jonathan, I know what I'm like. I don't let people in. It simply isn't worth it. Except when it is.
Feel sorry for them both, actually, I do. Oh, nah, man, you don't know his past. Guy's crazy.
I haven't met anyone like Kate Galvin, but I can't, because I'm already in a relationship with you. You stand with a foot in both worlds, the working class and the aristocracy.
I, Reese Montreux, officially announce my candidacy for the Mayor of London. I promise you won't be sick and tired anymore.
I know who you really are now, Reese, and I'm coming for you.
Now, I knew that was going to happen in the second half. As soon as Reese was, exposed, kind of. It makes sense, At first, it was a whodunit. Now it's kind of like, what happens? You know what I mean? Like, Joe can't expose him to anybody. He's got this knowledge himself. And how does he go around it? I was just saying a minute ago, Reese knows all about Joel's past. He knows everything about Beck and everything about Love and all the attacks that he's done. And, knows that he's actually Joe and not Jonathan, and that he covered up Malcolm's death. The fact is, yeah, okay, Reese did kill Malcolm, but he probably went to those extreme measures where there's no evidence at all on the body. So, do you know what I mean? Even if they went and found him, it would be more like, yo, you, Joe, you're the one that cut them up and threw them in the river. You're the main suspect. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to prove to us that he is involved. There's nothing. Do you know what I mean? He didn't leave no evidence there at the... you know, the place where he just was before burning it down. He was wearing gloves. He's smart, and he's obviously texting Joe anonymously, so like there's no way that Joe can actually tie anything back. It's hearsay. You know what I mean? He could say something, but where's the facts? Where's the proof? He hasn't got any of it. He has to do his own digging. So what? I'm guessing we're gonna have 5 more episodes, and everybody else is gonna be guessing who is, you know, they get, is it Eat Rich Killer or something? But Joe already knows, and it's gonna be his plan and how to take him down. But because it's the last season, I fully expect him not to take him down. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it goes. Now, I would actually like the season to end with Joe completely killing everybody. Well, not everybody, but everybody that knows anything about him. And then he actually does get his so-called vacation that he was looking to hopefully have at the start of this season. Do you know what I mean? He was here in London, he was teaching, he was trying to get away from everything. And somebody found him, tried to set him up, expose him, and that's what's brought him back in. But I hope that he can actually do that, because there is shows, isn't there? There's shows where you watch where there's crazy psycho killers, and like you're supposed to not really like them, and you're supposed to hate them. Just for example, I've not seen the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, but what I mean is, when you watch that show, you can be interested, and you know, you think it's like good watching it, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to be hating Dahmer. Like, the guy's done all these crazy you know what I mean, like things to all these terrible, like to all these people. It's literally terrible, everything that he's done. Where like someone like Joe, he's a character that I actually like, and it's a different context. Yeah, he's a killer, but I don't know, I feel like this show, you're supposed to like Joe, and I do. And a show like Dahmer, for example, you're supposed to not like him and be disgusted with his actions. So like, if I could choose, I would do it where Joe kills him, and he could kill anybody else that knows that can expose him, and then maybe he could go and get back to his son. You know, he could finish with Kate, whatever's, you know what I mean, get with her, stay together. But I would like him to, you know, go back and actually finish happy, and then leave the story open. May not never get a season 5, but what if in 5-6 years time we decide to, you know, go back on it? Just leave it a little bit open-ended. I hope Joel survives and don't actually get sent down or killed. And that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So mid-season is in the bag, and are you happy with the first half? Do you know what I mean? You could definitely change seasons. Like, do you know what I mean? You can have a 4A, sorry, and a 4B, and it could be totally different. I've actually liked the way this one's going. You know, I'm interested to see how Nadia is going to be playing into the storyline, for being honest, because, you know, she has been in a relationship with Malcolm, and obviously George retrieved a letter for her, and you know, surely she's not been used like that just for the sake of that little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was even involved with a classmate where he was arguing across the table as well, and like, I don't know if they were just going to utilize that anymore. Maybe she is just a filler to just like make a little connection here and there, so we can get Joe inside of, you know, Kate's house, so he could do the snooping, which would obviously make sense with the storylines of them like arguing and being kicking out and mad at each other and stuff like that. Now, again, this episode, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's Phoebe. Do you know what I mean? She's too happy. She's too nice. She is too nice. I actually really like her, to be honest. Out of everybody, of all of them, like Roald, what is it? Gemma, she was annoying as well. The princess, she's annoying. The other guy, who actually was just sleeping with a sword, he's not even that bad. He's not even had any lines. Not bothered about him. You know, Simon and his sister was, and again, you know, Adam, he was annoying this episode. He actually was. Now, he's got broken up by in today's episode, but then it seems like maybe they got together again back at the end. And you know, Roald has been, he's been on and off, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? He was like, he's hardcore in love with Kate, but you seen him then, obviously, like, he was going to shoot Joe when he was saying about how he's, you know, uncle's like a Supreme Court person, he could get him off and stuff like that, and he's let him run, and he's going to try and hunt him before he's actually come in, reads himself, and exposed who he is. Now, obviously, nobody knows that, only Joe does, and he's tied up down in the basement. He did get away, and Joe's obviously saved him, and as they come out, they fell on each other, Joe and Kate, haven't they? And Rose's actually seen that from the side, and instead of him being actually angry, he was just like, come on, we need to get away from here. Now, that's led to obviously Kate coming around, giving him some clothes and saying, look, mate, you know, I understand it's all been burnt in the fire, I'm sorry. Here's some of the tags of Malcolm stuff. You know, I owe you. I know you a drink. I owe you 10, I owe you 20, I owe you 100. Let's just go to the pub. Will you walk with me? Joel definitely wants to, but he's done the right thing. Do you know what I mean? He's got to focus all his attention on taking this person out. Nobody knows. Maybe it'd be good if he brought Kate into the fold. You know what I mean? Maybe she's mad that he killed Malcolm. He's killed Gemma. He's killed Simon. You know, these were friends. They might not be the best of friends. You know what I mean? Boyfriend died, Simon, who she really liked, and Gemma, yeah, obviously she was doing her head in, but still an old friend. Maybe she's happy with getting revenge, but she doesn't know who Joe is. She was saying, look, mate, your past can't be worse than mine. Do you know what I mean? Can't be worse than my dad and everything that he's done. But I don't know. What would you say? Somebody who's falsifying reports to, you know, take advantage of sick children, and then they get cancer and die, and your company benefits by getting 400 million. Would you say that as bad as a serial killer? Because that's who Joe is. You know what I mean? He's going around, he's killing people. Just because of the obsession of, like, other women. Do you know what I mean? Like, this season is the first one we've seen him kind of try to be normal, not obsess over everybody. He didn't really watch people. Do you know what I mean? It's a different role for Joel this season, and I am liking it. Just a switch up, it's nice, you know. Don't have to rinse and repeat the same stuff all the time. Keeps us on our toes. We're going into, obviously, the final section knowing who it is. Reese, knowing that Reese knows that Joel knows. Told him to meet him in London as well. He's got information on him. Joel's got none currently on, obviously, Reese. He needs to try and get it and expose him, or try and take him out. He's going to be high profile now, running for mayor. Do you know what I mean? So then again, people are going to be out, all eyes on him. How's Joel going to find the time to go in and take him out? I have no idea how it's going to end, but I really am fascinated, and I do like the direction we go in to obviously conclude the show. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.